Hello, hello, hello. Happy Tenacious Tuesday. And I'm so excited. We are going to get into couples retreat. And yeah, let me get a little music. I am ready because couples retreat has been giving me so much life lately. Like crazy life. Crazy life. And when I tell you it has been just the best, it's been the absolute best. Y'all got to get into it. If you're not, hopefully my review helps you to want to watch because I'm all about love. Like, I love love. You hear people say that dumb stuff. That's me. I'm sorry. It's because God is love, and God is dope. God is dope. So it really just makes me, I love love. And on this couples retreat, it's kind of like, do they actually love love? Or should they just no longer be together? So hang tight, people. Hang tight. All right. Had to be a mommy. Mommy duties never ever stop. So let's get into it. We are on episode 6, and I like it because it's like episode 6, day 6, right? For couples retreat. You have Styles P and Adjua. You have Jess Hilarious and Daniel. You have Claudia and KJ. Um, you have, well, we'll just talk about those who are here because we know that Nick and his fiance are taking care of business at home because his dad. But you have Shamari and Runny. Bobby, Runny, Ricky, and Mike. I know I'm just playing. And did I miss somebody? Oh, how did I miss Rada and Michael? I do not know. It's unbeknownst to me because clearly they're giving all kinds of what? Huh? Open? What? Side chick. And I'm loving every minute of it. I hope y'all loving it too. So the crazy thing is that the week before it kind of ended, Shamari was going, Shamari was doing the most, if you guys can recall. And I want to do like a bit of a recap. So if you can recall, Shamari was drunkety drunk. And she was just doing too much. It was KJ's birthday last week, and Claudia wanted to do something spectacular. So here it is. They were doing a lot. They had scavenger hunts where the men were able to collect roses or a clown, because that means you ain't know me. KJ was like, Claudia never wears lingerie. She did. So that was like one of those up things in within a relationship. And it was going great last week until mm, mm, mm. They were taking the little lingerie pictures, sending it to their men. KJ got his last because Claudia was doing what? What KJ say Claudia is always doing. Got that computer working. But I mean, if that's how she makes her money, that's kind of hard not to do. So It's one of those, you kind of got to live with it. So they're sending these sexy pictures. They're in this lingerie. All of them have lingerie on. And, the men are getting the pictures, everybody except for Michael, because Rada is still angry, which I'm still confused, Rada, because she's letting him do the one side chick a month. But I think he's doing more than just being with that side chick. I think he's allowing the relationship to linger, if that makes sense. Um, so I think that's the issue. But be that out as it may, fast forward, they're at the dinner, they're having their one-on-one dinners. The chef has helped them cook this aphrodisiac dinner. So they have these avocados, they have everything to help stimulate and push that libido and do it for the men. And this is episode 5, okay? Remember. And then Shamari says, "Oh, look at her. Oh, girl, your booty look big in that girl. Oh, girl. To Claudia. First she started to Claudia. And then she turns and she was like, oh, Jess. Oh, yeah. Like, I'm just she was legit going in. She was like, oh, ooh, Jess looks so good. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Yes. Oh, damn, you were doing what you were supposed to. If I was there, if I was back there, I'd slap it. If I see her, and Ronnie's like, Shamari, you're doing too much. Mm-mm. Did that stop Shamari off? Absolutely not. Shamari continued to talk and say, ooh, ooh. I didn't get it. I wanted her to stop. I don't know if anybody else wanted her to stop. Was I the only one like, please, Shamari, stop? But Shamari wouldn't stop. Shamari just kept going and going. She just kept going, oh, ooh, ah. And literally, your husband is saying, can you please not do that? Your husband is saying, stop what you're doing. Right? And Shamari kept going and going and going and going. So Daniel was looking like, okay, Shamari was like, if that was mine, and she was saying what she was gonna do with Jess, like what she could do. And everybody's just, even though she's intoxicated, I know everyone who's watching this is gonna say she's saying what she would love to say if she was sober. Y'all know how it goes. And I couldn't get with Shamari on it because it was cringy. Was anybody else cringing from the I wish I could. It was cringy for me. Like I was cringing. I was like, I didn't like it, first of all. And I didn't understand why he continued to do it over and over. She didn't stop. That's the part, I guess, that I couldn't get with, is because she continued. It made her husband uncomfortable. Even if you're intoxicated, you can hear somebody say, I don't like that. You can hear somebody say, stop. But you keep doing it. And I don't know, maybe because I've never been like that. So I can't relate. But I just, when your spouse wants you to stop your tomfoolery, she should have stopped. She had ooh and ah too many times she was balking over this woman and about this woman's body, you know? So in brings this week because Ronnie left. And then when she went to follow him, she still didn't get in her ticker, I'm wrong. She still didn't get that she was wrong. I don't know. I don't know. What do y'all think? Because she was wrong. And I should have had it up here playing so you could be like, what? Because Shamari, 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 you shouldn't have did that. That hurts your husband. And it makes him feel like, you still want to be with women. And you're saying you don't want to. You're saying that he's enough. You're saying that that's your past. But you was just showing your true colors. So, yes, me saying she showed her true colors, she showed herself. She showed her butt. And I don't know about y'all, but I didn't like it. I didn't like it one bit because it made her husband look like a fool to me. It made her husband look foolish to me. What do y'all think? Or maybe he didn't look foolish. I just, that's how I felt. I felt like she was doing too much. I felt like he was embarrassed. And not only that, I feel like she drinks too much. So let's go with that. So here it is. We all know she drinks too much because, baby girl, we met you drinking on Atlanta Housewives. Is this thing on? Does nobody remembers? Do y'all not remember when she was like always wasted? So, baby, maybe you shouldn't drink. And she weighs like everything like a buck oh five. So if you're gonna have something, just one glass of wine and maybe not a shot of liquor, because baby girl, you embarrassed yourself, your husband, and you was embarrassing. So how about let's not drink? Okay, so at the top of everything, at the top of everything, I was enjoying how Styles P, Adjua, Claudia, and KJ, they had their little powwow, little conversation. But here's the thing: nobody feels that Styles and Adjua feels anything. Like it just seems like they got it all together. And in actuality, they do not have it together. They don't. But it seems like they do. They don't. They don't have it all together. And it's unfortunate because it I don't know. It's just really, really, really unfortunate. And I hate that. So I don't know. I just really, really hate that. So let's talk about Ronnie and Shamari and her recapping, her trying to recall. So you have Jess saying, um, talking about Ronnie and Shamari, because look, this is a big deal. And saying sometimes you have to walk away. So she's saying Ronnie walked away and that was good. Um, Not only that, you have people conversing about Daniel and Jess, right? So there's just a lot of little conversations going on. Well, Shamari was recapping what was going on, and she said that, alcohol causes her to say some things or do some things that she doesn't want to or she no longer believes in. And She just was asking her husband, "Can you forgive me for, what I was doing last night?" And he was like, "Yeah, alcohol is not for you." I agree. But also, what I do think is she must be honest with herself and honest with her husband, because her husband was like, I mean, we look at booties together. We say somebody's beautiful together. So that's not it. That's not the issue. The issue is you just kept doing it and doing it. But he eventually accepted her apology. But as I said, remember, she was drunk like this on Atlanta Housewives. Now, Rada and Michael go meet with AJ. For what? For why? But okay, I'll say the for what. It's because he chose side chicks over her, and he's like, no, I chose freedom over you. But free to be with whomever is what you would prefer, and not to be with Rada. I don't know where that speaks to Rada and says, this man really wants to spend the rest of his life with you and only you. He doesn't. And put it like this: if the man lost both of his legs and he was new to it, trying to be true to it, trying to figure out how to maneuver through life, you would be going to pick up them side chicks for him. Is that what you want to do? Because you got to start thinking about stuff that do death do us part. What if something happened to him in an accident? Are you gonna go picking up side chick for him? I'm just saying. It's just, I get it. He's saying freedom, but the sad thing is that's meaning you won't be with her. And that means that you don't feel free if you have to just be with Rada. That doesn't scream love, but it does scream this. She was okay with it at first, but she has been married before, and she's used to a traditional marriage. And Rada, you don't want to bring anybody into your marriage, so why do it? And then this is the thing. I don't think he's the guy for her because I think she's kind of tired of it, the side chick thing. Not kind of. I know she's tired of it. But this dude's talking about marriage is like being in a prison. And I'm like, well, maybe marriage ain't for you. Because it's not for everyone. Because here's the thing, y'all aren't really doing marriage if you think about it. Because if he wants to have somebody, what's the point in getting married? That's called being single and dating. So why don't you guys just date each other? Date each other. If you date each other, then Rada, you're dating somebody, you're dating other people, he's dating other people, and you may find a guy that truly wants to wife you because this ain't it, and she may feel like she's invested a lot of time in him. And, but I think let it go because you're fighting a losing battle. And I don't know how y'all do the open stuff. Like, how do people do that? Like, I don't know. Like, how do you do the whole open? I can't get down with it. I don't. mm, I don't want to. Like, if it's not me and just me, and you can't do that, and you said, I feel like I'm in prison. I can't say be with you. I'm in prison. So since you feel like you're in prison, let me help you out. See you later. Matter of fact, I can handcuff you on your way because you feel like this is prison. Does that make you feel good as a woman to think that a man feels like he in prison if he just with you and only you? He's not married, ready for marriage, nor or is she. Let's be honest. Neither one of them. And AJ flat out was like, yeah, maybe I should get married. Hello. I'm with AJ. Not a maybe. Nah, they just shouldn't get married. Why? Why get married? Hmm? For what? For why? Because it makes no sense. Because he's dating. Do you get to date? Do you get a side man? What would you call him? A side rooster? Did you call him a side rooster? Because it's side chick? I don't know. I mean, roosters are the males, so I guess it's a side rooster. Can you have one of those, Rada? Can you have a side rooster? I don't know. I don't know. Just I don't think neither one of them want to be married in the way to each other or need to be married to each other. So let's talk about the address, the elephant in the room. So there was a literal elephant sitting on the tables, and you had to get up, write on a piece of paper what you think that particular couple needed to work on. Hmm. Hmm. I kind of like this though. I kind of like this. As long as you know you're not being petty. Um, I think this is something that I shall do one day. Because I kind of like this. As long as you're not being petty. So, did they stick away from being petty? No. So here's the thing. There was a card in jest. And it said, why have you been so patient with the new relationship? Why don't you just, And so Daniel was like, what? How are you gonna say that? Jess wrote that. Jess wrote that, and it was funny. Um, but it was something she's asking herself, even though she should have just went off of what other people were saying. Daniel was so pissed off at that because guess what? Daniel knew, like, that's just she wrote it, and whatever. But then you have one where we knew Rada wrote it because she was like, for 2 years, and you've been with these side chicks and all this stuff. And I was just like, these are things that you really want to say, but you wrote it down. No, girl, just tell that man, I am done. Throw him up and move on. But no. But one of the craziest things is that Michael said that he felt like Shamari was verbally abusive to Ronnie. And I was trying to think, like, what? Verbally abusive? What is she? But when she was intoxicated, she was popping off. And I know it's the whole standing joke that Ronnie looks like ET, but gosh, she ET'd him. She she just she did too much that night. And so Michael was like, I didn't like it. Because at first, Ronnie was like, I don't know who said this, but verbally abusive. My wife is not verbally abusive to me. I'm just going to say, throw that out. So Ronnie threw it away. But here's the thing, even though you threw it away, the thought is still there. It was already read. So let's see it out. And so Mike was like, I said it because she was verbally abusive. And I don't think he was saying it was an ongoing thing. I just think in that moment, Michael felt like that. But if she's intoxicated like that, this might happen a lot with her. She might be verbally abusive a freaking lot. And that's what you do not want. You know what I mean? So, Shamari, Shamari's just, I'm not saying she's an alcoholic, but she was doing too much. So then somebody wrote, Styles P got a drug problem. I was like, what are y'all doing? Like, why are y'all talking about this man got a drug problem? Because we, i.e., the public, don't really know. So, what are you all seeing? Um, Ajua was angry. She yelled. She was like, all of y'all are alcoholics. I was I was like, ooh, I don't know if everybody's. And then Jess was like, I ain't no alcoholic, you know. And she was like, oh no, not you. I'm like, yeah, because she talking about Shamari as an alcoholic. And then the couples even put in their elephant. The couple said, somebody said, y'all act like y'all perfect. But that's the thing, like nobody sees and understands why is Audra and Style P here if they have all of the freaking answers. But this is what I think. I think that they've been married for 26 years. They have the answers to the issues that those couples are going through, but they don't have the answers to the growing pains that they're enduring, if that makes sense to anyone. So literally, they're needing those answers. They don't have the answers to those growing pains. And if they did, it would be amazing. But they don't have those answers. You know what I mean? And so it kind of is what it is. So, but I like them, but then I did want them to share more because they really don't share the way they should. They really should share. You know what I'm saying? So elephant in the room. Daniel definitely disagreed with the elephant in the room. All the couples went, well, not all, but most of them went to Rada and Michael's room after this whole dinner, after Audra like blew up, calling people alcoholics. So Audra and Style P weren't in Michael and Rada's room. It was just KJ, Claudia, Jess, not Daniel. And they asked Jess, where's Daniel? She was like, he's on the balcony smoking hookah. And I figured he wasn't there because he don't like how y'all or your depiction of him. So KJ, Rada and Michael began to complain again. Rada complaining about Michael having a side chick once a month. And but my whole thing with that is, Rada, you let him have a side chick every month, but okay, whatever. And KJ was like, why can't y'all figure it out by now? Because it's the same subject over and over. You could tell KJ was like, he was like, it's the same subject over and over and over. Why can't y'all figure it out by now? I mean, why are we still talking about this side chick stuff? For what? And I'm like, with him. For what? For why? Because if Rada no longer wants you to have a side chick once a month, but you do, then that means the relationship is a wrap. It's a wash. And why are y'all getting married? Because she said she don't want you to have no side chick. So you're gonna marry her and do whatever anyway. No, just date and go find somebody who likes that and has that lifestyle, which is a dumb lifestyle to me. But to anyone else, it might be all right for y'all. Dumb to me. So KJ's like, just fix it. Just come. And basically, if she knows you don't want that, baby girl, Rada, if you know that's not what you want, leave that man alone because that's what he wants. He's already said that marriage is prison and that he likes his freedom. Let him go. Let him be free. Fly, fly, fly away. So then KJ confessed, I'm the one that said, I said it. I said Style P and Audra was perfect because we don't ever see nothing that they go through. We don't know nothing about them. And then Claudia turns and talks to Jess like, is Daniel mad at me? Because I ride hard for Jess. And she's like, I would like to talk to him. And Claudia's like, Jess is like, no, he's not mad. He's not mad. Claudia, he mad, girl. Stay clear. That's what I was thinking. Jess was like, he's not mad. I was like, yes, he is. Yes, he is, sis. He's upset. He's angry. Stay clear. But no, you won't listen to Jess. Okay. Listen to Jess then. So Audra and Styles P, next day they go with AJ. And they're having their one-on-one. And then boom, 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 guess what? Sal P says, I've cheated on her. There was infidelity, yes. Audra was like, because she was, they've gotten over that. It was a long time ago, so it doesn't even matter. But the big deal, the big thing that matters is their daughter committed suicide. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, how are they coping with that? And she committed suicide in 2015. And, there it's crazy. And AJ tried to tell him, you got to feel that emotion. Like, you got to push through that and allow that emotion to go. I mean, your daughter committed suicide, you know, and he's not allowing himself to feel these specific emotions. And that's where it's a little rough and iffy, because you want your mate to have emotions, and don't tie emotions to that's weak. No, you have an emotion. Crying ain't weak. Holding it in is weak, because you can hold it in and die. Then what you do? Because we all know stress is a killer. So no, don't hold it in. Allow yourself to feel. Allow yourself to move through those emotions that you're feeling. So to hear that, okay, he's cheated on her and all of that, it wasn't the best thing to hear. But I know the couple's going to be like, oh, okay, gosh. Now, I liked it that Styles P shared his emotions. I mean, it was like, okay, I get it. So then Daniel, Jess, Claudia, KJ, they go on a boat ride. For what? For why? Y'all should have just did this on solid ground. What did it say? The pastor said, they placed my feet on solid ground. But they were on the water. Daniel's driving. And then all of a sudden, Daniel's just like, he started hitting KJ with, I thought you were a guy. And he goes through this whole spiel that makes KJ feel like, oh, you about to give me a compliment. Negative. Because Daniel basically called him a female. He was like, you've been hanging around Claudia so long that you act like Claudia. You've been hanging around her so long that the things you said, like, and Claudia was like, wait a minute, I ain't gonna let you say nothing about my man, like, wop. But Jess was just sitting there like, wow, literally, Claudia and KJ was coming for Daniel's juggler at that point. Daniel was hitting it, and the two of them were coming at him. But what else you expect? Like, one thing, because she was like, my man just doesn't like seeing another man talk to a woman like that. He don't like that. And that's what I like. I like, because her man doesn't like it, nor does she. And they're standing up for this woman. But here's the deal. Should we stand up for her right now, or allow her to stand up for herself? We can share that we dislike it and kind of go on away. And then he called KJ. What did he call him? Like her assistant or something like that. And so she was like, oh, and you're her come up. I was like, get out the boat, get out the boat, get out the boat. Yeah, she sure did. And Jess was like, wait, okay, let's cut it. Let's not say these things. Let's let it go. But the damage had been done, Jess. The damage had been done. So they reeled it in from that boat ride, right? So the boat ride is a wrap. So here it is. They go to do this switching of roles. And I liked it, you know, because they got to hear how basically that person feels when you say this or how they say specific things. I liked it, you know. But then what the couples got to see is a lot of them didn't really take it as serious, but Shamari and Ronnie did. Kudos to them because they were doing the process. And Styles P and Audra did. Hmm. And then Claudia says, finally, we hear y'all dirt. And so, yeah, we got to hear their dirt, but we as i.e. the listeners heard it already. But the thing that got it was the portion about their daughter. And he actually allowed the emotions to come and take over. And I felt like Styles P, you were making progress. You are making progress. Because that's the thing. He's grieving still. And I think he needed to get to that point where he could allow himself to grieve. He could allow himself to feel. He could allow himself to be in that moment and in that emotion. In doing that, you saw John Sally. He was crying. AJ was crying. There was not a dry eye because you could feel that man's emotion. You could feel that man's pain. He lost his daughter. And he misses his daughter. And that I thought that was a befitting way to end this episode because that episode was crazy. Crazy because there was a lot of ups and downs, just like life, right? In life, we'll have a lot of ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. And it's what you do in those downs that make you in the up, right? Crazy though, right? If you go on these journeys and in your down moments and you're just like this, oh, I can't. Oh, I can't. Oh, oh. Or in your down moments, are you like, oh, I got this? Okay. Ooh, I got hit again, but let me figure something else out. Oh, this happened again, but I can figure this out. You just cannot give up. You got to be amazing and push through even when you're down so that when you're up, it doesn't even seem like that. I am so glad that all of you watched. Please go back and subscribe, hit the like button, comment, share my video with everyone. Please and thank you. But most of all, subscribe and hit that like button and comment so we can chat later. But let's stay tuned because tomorrow is going to be crazy. I got some more videos that I'll be dropping, and I can't wait to see every one of you in the place. Right? This was so much fun. Thank you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Enjoy. Enjoy your night.